Hello everyone and welcome to the Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series on how to make a third-person shooter gun system. Last time we left off doing this part. So yeah, we can equip more than 2 guns, and as you can see, I can open up the weapon wheel and equip whatever the gun I like. Also I can sheath it. Alright, in this video we will do the ammo pickups. So let's do that. So I will create a new function called ammo pickups. Alright, and in this I need a blueprint class of an actor. Call it a master ammo pickup. Alright, okay, for the ammo pickup what we need a crate type of a static mesh, so that we can say, yeah, this is our ammo crate. Alright, we need a sphere collision, so that whenever our player character collide with this guy, we need to interact. Okay, so alright, this is all what we need, and in this we don't need any of this, delete it. So if you remember, we have made that interact interface, so we want to implement that in here, so that when a player interact with this guy, we want to do something. So go to in the class settings and implement that interact interface, this one. Alright, hit compile. Alright, so if you go to the add event and search for this event interact, this is a interact interface. Alright, so we have our interactor and we know that only our player is going to wield this ammo crate. So let's cast to our third person character, and if it's true, then what we want to do, we want to do this one, the generation of adding the ammo. Okay, so let's just right click and collapse into a function, and I'm gonna call it add ammo. This object would be the interactor. Alright, but we know that this would obviously be a third person character, otherwise I don't want to add the ammo. So yeah, if it's the third person character, then what I need to do, I need to add ammo. So for that we need ammo per crate. So how much amount of ammo a crate can equip, and this would be an integer because the ammo would be 30, 60, whatever. So let's say 30. So in this crate we have 30 types of ammo, but what the type, we need the type of the ammo, what is, whether it was a rifle or a pistol or whatever. So let's call it ammo type, and this would be the enumeration we have made, e_ammo type, indeed this one. Alright, so what I need to do, I need to get that weapon system component. From this weapon system component I need to get that ammo type slash total ammo. This is our ammo map, and I need to find what I need to find this ammo type. So it will find this ammo type, and then I want to, this will give us a value of that current key. If this is a rifle ammo, then this will give us the amount of how much rifle ammo we have. And what I need to do, I need to simply plus with the ammo per crate. Indeed, after adding that, what I need to do, we have just set it to plus, but we have to set it in here. So grab a node from this map and hit add. So what this add do, this will append your map values, and if you don't have any value, then it will gonna simply add a current new value. So the value is the +1, and the type would be this ammo type. Alright, and this execute pin would go in here in this branch. Alright, now we have added a ammo, so let's print a string. Yeah, ammo added, print a string of ammo added, and then we just want to destroy the actor. Hit compile, save. So close this up. We have done everything. All right. So let me just simply make a new child blueprint class of a rifle ammo crate, and for this I need a ammo crate model. So I will simply create a folder of ammo crate, and let me just import one simply model for my ammo crate. Where it was. All right, import. Okay, so which looks something similar to this one, a green ammo crate. So simply I need this ammo crate to set in my this guy rifle ammo crate. In the ammo crate, this one I will 5 ammo. All right, and I think this would be 3. All right, so let's add this ammo in here. So if I hit play, if I go in here, let's first check out. So as you can see, my rifle has 360 of ammo, and if I go here and hit E, the ammo is added, but nope, it is not setting in here. Why? Oh, we haven't set that ammo type in here. We have to set yes, rifle ammo. Now let's check out. All right, we have 360 and 390. Yes, so it is working. So same thing you can do, right click and create a pistol, and right click create a shotgun ammo and whatever. All right, next thing we want to do is here, if we have the same type of weapon, then we don't want to equip it. Rather than that, we want to take the ammo from it. So let's make same type of weapon. All right, so this is my AK-47. So I simply make a second one. So in the master weapon, remember in this event graph, yeah, this, whenever we interact, where is that interact function? Yes, whenever we interact, we got an interactor and we are picking up this guy. What we need actually, so if we don't, then we simply want to equip it, right? Okay, so now for that we need a macro, and we're gonna call it ammo pickup slash gun, gun slash ammo pick. All right, so this has one input and this has 2 outputs. Two of type of execute node. First one is pick up ammo, and second one is get pickup gun. So if it's a pickup gun, then we want to pick up a gun. If it's a pickup ammo, then we want to pick up ammo. This would be type of execute node, just in, nothing else. All right. So first we want to check, and what we want to check, that if whatever the gun we have, the player reference, this one, get a weapon system component and get the primary holster. So if this gun is valid and something what, then we want to pick up. If it falls, then we want to check same thing for the secondary, same thing for pistol, because the melee weapon don't have any ammo. All right, so for that what we will do, we will convert it to validate get. So let's create a new function called validate pickup, and this validate pickup has a return value. and this would be a boolean called is valid. Alright, and the input would be a gun type of input, so gun, because we know that for melee weapons it won't gonna. So master weapon object reference, this guy. So what are the conditions? First condition should be the gun should be is valid. This is valid, this function pure. Search for and is valid, this one, this guy. The execute will go to the execute pin, we don't need in here. And the second condition should be this gun class get a class. This class and the weapons current class should be same. So equal to, and the get class and this class of a self, not this one. Get a self object reference, self, yes. So the whatever the weapon we are currently interacting, get a class from it. What I'm doing, get a class. This class and whatever the gun we want, the both class should be same. If this both should satisfy and boolean, then and then we will say yeah, our picking up is satisfied, otherwise not. Alright, so go to your this one. So get that validate pickup, and we know that this is a pure function because it will always gonna execute. So let's make it a pure function. The gun is this one. If it's valid, then we want to pick up the ammo. If it's not valid, then hit branch and do this, Control W to duplicate that, and in this time for the secondary holster, we don't need the primary in here. Hit Q, so that same way in here, hit Q. Alright, okay, so is valid will go to here. If it's valid, then we want to go to the pickup function. If it's not valid, then let's try for hit branch, let's try for the pistol because that's the last. So hit Control W, duplicate that. Alright, so for the pistol holster, pistol, if it's valid, then we want to go for this condition. Delete this guy. Alright, so if it's true, then we want to pick up. If it falls, then we want to pick up a gun. If it's true, then we want to pick up the ammo from it. Compile, save and close. So let's call out that function in this interact. Alright, so we are setting the player in here. So what we want to do, let's disconnect this branch. First let's cast to the player and then pick up. So flow will go to here. First we are making a variable interactor, then we are casting that interactor. If it's a player, then we are setting it to a player, and then in here, then we are picking up, right? Because for the AI character, they won't gonna pick up your gun, and if you want to code it, you simply gonna code it. So this in would go in here. For the pick up the gun, we will pick up this gun. For the picking up the ammo, let's create a function. So let's create a function called pickup ammo. Right. And in this event graph, yeah, in this call we are going to call out that pickup ammo function. So let's code this pickup ammo. So yeah, we need this weapon structure, and inside this weapon structure, if you break out, we have the current ammo, right? So we're gonna take this current ammo, and from this player reference we get that weapon system component, get the weapon system component, yes, this one, and get that maximum ammo slash total ammo type slash, yes, this one, this map. And let's simply just find the type of the ammo. Type of the ammo is this ammo type from this, and we want to hit a plus. Same thing we do it with the ammo pickup crates, and the plus would be a current ammo. And let's hide all the unconnected pins. After doing the plus, we simply want to add to our map. So this would go in here. So type would be this ammo type, where it was this ammo type, this one. And the ammo currently added updated one is the plus of this. Now after adding this, we want to set the ammo of this guy, the weapon structure, to 0. So set members in the weapon structure, and members I want to set is the current ammo of 0, so leave it as it is 0. After setting it, let's print a function called ammo added, and we are done this. Ammo added. Alright, hit compile, save. Okay, and let's in here, let's make some room. This is just for debugging purpose. Hit branch. If my weapon structure get a break, yes. Alright, if my current ammo is less than 0, less than or equals to 0, it won't gonna do less than 0, but okay. If it's greater than 0, sorry, if it's greater than 0, not less than or equal, because I want to follow the true branch, then yeah, we have enough ammo to add, then we will follow the true branch. If it falls, then let's print a string called gun empty. Okay, hit compile, save, and let's minimize it. Yeah, we have added all the things. First thing we will add, so our player, yes, now we have, so if we interact with this guy, we added the 40 amounts of ammo in our current, but it is not picking up. If we hit again, it says gun is empty, right, because we added the ammo from it. Alright, so we have done these two things. The next thing we want to do is this one. Let's first me show you. So as you can see, I am shooting a gun, and it is shooting from the trace starting from my follow camera middle point to the range of the center of the follow camera. Consider a situation like this. If your AI has a gun, right? So let's go in the start and end point. This is the starting and ending point of our player. So your player can determine where to shoot. The follow camera is the thing, but if this weapon is in hand of your AI, then AI don't have this follow camera, then how that it gonna determine where to shoot? Also, it needs a target to shoot. So what we will do, so let's add input in here. Is player owner. So if the weapon owner is a player or not. So let's hit a branch. Well, let me just zoom a little bit. Okay, if it's true, then we simply want to follow this branch. If it false, then let's return something, return a node. Yes, if it's false, if it's not an owner, then we simply want to follow this branch. Let's me double click to add a reroute, because if the gun is in hand of a player, then what we will do? All right, in the event graph, right? So we are setting, if it's true, if the casting is true, then we are setting the player reference. If you are using the latest version of Unreal Engine, the casting should be something different. We don't have this execute pins. You have simply just this pin and a boolean of a red color. So that red color is simply this cast succeed and cast fail, so no need to worry about it. All right, so where it was in this start fire function, yeah, so we have is player owner. Let's promote it to a variable, call this is player owner, which is by default, let's set it to false. So in the interact function, right, we are casting it, and we are, if the casting is successful, then we are setting the picking up the gun. So before picking up the gun, let's set this boolean to true. Okay, so let's check it out. First we want to code the, okay, all right, the true part is working. So obviously for your AI this part would be a false. Let me just add a C comment for player. Alright, so for your AI this would be a false. So in here, first when we shoot, we want to check if it's true or false. If it's false, then we want to follow this part. So the starting point would be this gun's muzzle, the muzzle point. So get the socket transform, so not socket location, and the socket name would be a muzzle. A muzzle is the socket we have made in previous lectures. You can check out the previous lectures. So starting point is this one. What is the ending point? So for that ending point, we need a target to shoot. So let's create a new variable called target to shoot. So if this gun is in the hand of AI, and if the AI wants to shoot, then what you want to shoot? So let's type should be an actor, because actor can be anything. It can be AI, whatever. The reason I am not casting it to a player character, some of people think that, yeah, if the enemy has that gun, then you simply want to shoot it to our player. So why don't you take this gun? So consider a situation like this. Your player has an ally, the NPC, which helps you. So you have full control over your weapon, right? But your ally NPC, your friend NPC, he has to shoot the enemies, and for this we need this guy. So this would be anything. So get this one and get actor location. Get actor location, yes. So we have this location, and let's get a rotation from this to this, because starting rotation would be this. So find a locate rotation, yes, to the ending location, target to shoot, and get a forward vector of it, forward vector, and let's multiply this forward vector with the range of the gun. So range, this one, the range, and let's hit plus vector from this starting point of the muzzle to this one, the ending point of this guy, and this would be your ending point. So yeah, if it's not your player character, then you simply have to set this guy to false. Alright, and now it will work fine for me. Alright, it is working fine. So we have done all the things we need. We don't need actually, and I think this is the end of the gun system component. So we have done, and I'm simply shutting down this gun system project. We will continue the third person shooter, but before that I have some requests that I have to follow. So for some time we will take a break from this project and continue some different work, and then after we will get back to this project and do the next work. Alright, so this is all for it. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.